there, guys. Um, first, I wanted to kind of apologize for the audio in some of my videos. Sometimes I do speak a little bit lower. Um, so I apologize for that. I'll try to make sure that you guys can hear me and that I'm speaking at a tone that, is better for everybody. Because I do make videos because I want people to hear what I have to say. So, if you find that it's a little low and you can't, I'm not recording from some great camera and all of this wonderful technology and everything. I just use my laptop computer. So, you can wear headphones or something like that. The quality isn't good. I'll do what I can, but I'm just using my laptop. So today, I wanted to, um, I wanted to talk more about this 5D reality. I want to talk a little bit more about the 3D reality that we have been in. I want to talk more about going higher, understanding who we are as creators of our own lives, and creating your own reality, basically. You know, um, it's so vast, the topic, um, that it could really take hours to get into, or to fully get into. I mean, it's a very very deep subject, you know. But it's some things that you need to read. It's some things that you need to understand. And some um, places even within yourself that you need to go into to find understanding. Um, that's one of the greatest things that I found when beginning to learn who I was, beginning to learn, leaving religious ways of thinking, and so forth, and beginning to realize who I was as a goddess and who I was as a creator, and who the fact that I could create my own world and reality. That's a work in progress, you know. Um, so many times, we are, or we'll look at a person and we'll say, oh, if you can create your own reality, then you can do anything you want to do and everything. Why aren't you rich? Why don't you have whatever? And the reason for that, very simply, is because the higher you get, the more you understand, the more you know, you even begin to realize that money is not really what you need. Um, Money is a tool that's used in this dimension, on this realm, for control. Um, but when you really get to the heart of the matter, when you really get to the heart of living life and understanding the reality that you're in, you realize you really have no need for monetary things and uh, things that, nice shoes and um, you know, or $5.6 million home for two people and all of the. I mean, most of this stuff that we're chasing and that they put out in front of you to give to you, it's all vanity, and it's about ego. Um, Now there. I mean, you have to have money to survive in this realm. I'm not even saying that. I'm not delusional enough to tell you that you don't. But what I'm saying is that you don't have to go around making that a focus. You know, you if you have a true understanding of who you are as a creator, you understand that you are source. You are source energy. And so, as I say, you can manifest anything that you want and anything that, you feel that you need. Now, while I don't have all the money in the world, and while I don't have, luxury cars and all these kind of things, my needs, my basic needs, are met. Um, I spoke a while ago in a video about provision and resources. Matter of fact, I speak a lot about provision and resources. Provision and resources is something that was given to me probably maybe could be even like 5 years ago now. And it's something that I try to put in my daily mantra, my daily way of living and thinking. Because when you have provision and resources, you really don't have to desire anything. When you live with a mindset of having provision and resources, the things that you need are going to come when you need them. That's one of the basic principles of being a creator, knowing that your needs are going to be met when it's time for them to be met. You're going to have exactly what you need, and maybe even more so. Um, all of this overabundance, all of this extra, 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 it's not really always necessary. That's a lot of times that is for show off, and a lot of times that is for ego to say that, oh, I have all of this. What do you have? I mean, it's petty, and it's ego, and it's really not necessary. You know, but let's talk a little bit about this reality, this realm that we are in, that has been created for us. That's one of the main things that you're going to have to begin to understand in order to go higher, in order to get your mind in a realm or reality of actually where we are, 5D reality. I talk a lot about 5D reality. Uh, you have to understand that this realm has been built. This realm has been created. This realm has been used by those who know more than us from various reasons that they know more than us, um, to manipulate, to control, to suppress, and basically to keep you from knowing who you are, where you are, and what you can do. I mean, we look at these secret societies and these elites and all of this kind of stuff, and we think it's some type of spooky dooky whatever stuff, and and you have to be such and such to get into this. No, you don't. All you have to do is know more than other people, and hold to the secret. That's the secret of every secret society, is that we know this, and we're not going to let the others know it, because if they know it, they're going to get to where we are. And I mean, so the secret is keeping you from finding out that you could do it too. That you could do it too. It's it has to do with learning how to live outside of this realm. It has to do with having to. It has to do with learning how to live outside of what you have been told and given, whether that be religion, whether that be politics, whether that be um, the concept of slavery, the concept of almost anything that they have given you. Anything almost that they have given you, whether you're white, black, Hispanic, Native American, Indian, whatever, it has been to control the masses and the minds. And once you began to think your own thoughts and live outside of what you have been taught and given, you can find that true freedom. And that might sound weird, that might sound crazy, but let me show you how I'm telling you the truth. Because every system, every way, every bill, every policy, every law, everything that is given to people, the masses, the sheep, the whatever you want to call them, They don't do that. Those who are in control don't do that. They don't live by that. They live completely outside of everything that they give you. So everything that they give you is a distraction. It's a fear. It is um, it's a blockage to keep you under control because they don't live by that. They don't live by those rules. They have a whole other set of rules and standards that they live by, they operate by, and that works for them. See, part of the lie and part of the misguidance is that there's one way to live. That's what they tell you. There's one way to live, one party to believe in government, um, one way to believe in religion, Christianity, usually is what they give you. They guide your thoughts, they guide your ways, they guide all of this by telling you what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you need to be a good Christian, how you need to be a good Democrat, or how you need to be a good Republican. And when you finally get that, and when you finally do that, then life's going to be awesome for you. When, as I say, the elite, and whoever we want to call them, those who are in control, whatever, they don't have a political party. They don't worship religion. If anything, they worship completely outside of what they tell you to believe in. As a matter of fact, most of them are Satan worshipers. The one thing that they tell you, oh, Satan is bad. Don't listen to Satan. Don't follow Lucifer. Don't. That's exactly what they do. They give you something to lead you into a certain way, while they do completely opposite of what they tell you. Now, my thing here is not to tell you be a Democrat or be a Republican or be a liberal or be a Christian, be a Muslim, be a Rasta, be a which Rastafari is not religion, just so you know. But to tell you some way of living, some um, direction that you need to turn your life into. That's not what I'm here to do. What I'm here to do is to tell you to look at what they do. Look at how, um, like I just said, how they tell you to, they tell you which way to go. They tell you what to believe. They tell you how to look at things and how even to feel about things. And then they go and do complete opposite. They switch. They say there's nothing in this realm that those who are supposed to be in control or loyal to, or that they stick to, or that they abide by, except for the fact of keeping the truth from you. That's the one thing that they will stick together with. Everything else changes. Everything else is hypocrisy. Everything else is, once you start getting so close to this truth and finding out that it's really a lie, they're going to change it on you. They're going to change it on you, or they're going to dig up something that you never even knew existed. And they're going to say, oh, well, look, well, this has been here forever, and this is what you need to. And you will absolutely be crazy trying to live the way that they tell you you need to live. This is why, as I say, I'm telling you, find your own reality, find your own truth, find out what works for you. There is no one way. There is no one way that works for all black women. There is no one way that's going to work for all black men, and all white women should do this, and all Asian women need to do. No, you don't. You individually find your truth, find your reality, find out what works for you, find out what's good for you, and then you go that way and you live that way. And there is nothing that has to be wrong with how you choose to live your life. And that is just the bottom line. Even when you begin to search and look at what's right and wrong, people, say, oh, well, that's wrong and you're not supposed to do it. Who says that? Who says that? I mean, seriously, who says that um, If I want to wear pink shoes on Friday, it's an abomination. Who, all of these things, including religion, mostly given through religion, all of those things are still coming from some man or woman's mind frame. And they tell you, oh, well, don't eat after Friday on 6 o'clock, and and don't don't not pray before you eat, and don't not do this, and if you do this, and if you see a beautiful woman and you think she's beautiful and you have feelings for her in your heart, then that's lust and it's evil and it's wrong. But yet homosexuality supposedly is okay now, even though their Bible tells you that it's not. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's a lot of hypocrisy. It's a lot of um, just changing to whatever suits them, whatever they feel like. This fashion trend is what's popular now. Next year, this fashion trend, plaid is going to be in this year. Oh well, next year only cotton is going to be in, and this is what's popular, and this is what. Wear what you want, do what you want, believe what you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not breaking universal laws, and as long as you are true to yourself, you live. Period. I know it kind of sounds like I might be kind of jumping around in this video. I'm really not jumping around. What I'm trying to do is to help you understand and realize the difference between what they tell you and what's really reality. The things that they tell you and show you, that's right and good for you or whatever, it may not be. Most of the time, it's not. Most of the time, it's for some type of bondage, it's some type of way of keeping you down, it's some type of way of making you feel bad, it's some type of guilt or whatever. Do those things that make you feel good. Do those things that, feel good to you and that are good to you and that you can prosper with. Everybody can't prosper the same way. I was reading, I learned about a book, and this book was about these rich white men who, like way back in the 1800s to early 1900s and everything, when America was being formed and built and becoming great and so forth. Um, and how they made their money and how they became rich and um, how they became successful. And I began to read the book, and I could take the principles. I could look at what they were saying, the strategies, and all of these things. But the reality, I knew what the book was saying. I know what the book is saying. I know the book was saying, well, you do this and this principle, and then you go over here and you do this. And I know that's right sometimes. I know that's right sometimes. You have to have some type of a structure. However, my mind really couldn't even let me get past the first chapter of that book, because my mind is thinking to me, is saying to me that all of the stuff that your people did to peoples and melanated people of the world, and melanated indigenous people over here in this land, the things that were stolen, the people that were killed, the lies that were told, all of this that you use to advance yourself. So I couldn't make myself believe, like the book is trying to tell me, that if you do this, this, and this, then you'll be rich and you'll be popular and you'll be successful and you'll have, millions of dollars and whatever. I can't believe that off of a book when I know that certain people stole from other people and certain people killed other people and contracts were drawn up and lies were told and things were just patents and things that were discovered and created the inventions and things that were created by black people and melanated people were stolen and given to them and their generation and their what's the word I'm looking for, their lineage, that they are still profiting off of and still rich of today. So I couldn't buy it. I couldn't buy it, you know. You're not going to sit and just tell me that principle one, principle two, and principle three is going to get me to this level when I know the real true background of what has really happened in history. See, that's when it becomes you having your own mind and having your own living in your own reality, because that's like religion. That is like religion. You know, religion tells you that if you do certain things, if you live a certain way, and if you believe a certain way, and you do a certain thing, if you adhere to certain things, you know, that you will. I'm sorry, y'all, my hair's tangled. That you will get to heaven and you'll do this and you'll be a great person and you'll, you know, when I can't follow that, when I look with my eyes and I see the truth, I see the contradictions, I see what goes on in the Christian church, I see, you know, as long as Christianity has been around in this realm, in this reality, if it were the way to go, if it were the real, true, life changing, if Jesus really was the way, if Christianity really was the way, religion really was the way, this world wouldn't be the way that it is now because it's been pushed on the whole world. So the whole world, even though I know everybody doesn't follow Christianity, but you know, so much of it does. And if it was the way, the truth, and the life, then this world would be a much better place if everybody were to really sit and adhere to the principles of it, if that's the real way to go. But it's not, you know, and I'm not picking on Christians, I'm not picking on Christianity, I'm just talking about my reality, the way that I see it. I can use that same principle for government and for politics. You know, they tell you if you become a Republican, then you know your life will change and you'll get the American dream, and you know your children will go to college and you'll have this and you whatever. Then they tell you uh, other people who don't want to do that, that well, if you become a Democrat, then you can, you know, you can do this and you can live this way, and you know you can, you know, have a hand up on things and this will be better for you. And it's a lie too. It's a lie too. You're not going to get that through religion. You're not going to get that through politics. You're not going to get there through any one way. You're going to have to go within. You're going to have to listen to yourself, learn to trust yourself, and learn what is right for you. That is, that's just the reality of it. You know, there's no one structure. There's no, you know, you hear all the time that if you have education, if you have a college degree, and, you know, if you have, you know, these 3 or 4 degrees, and if you have this behind your name, then you're going to be wonderful, and, you know, you're going to be awesome, and you're going to be respected, and you're going to have money, and you're going to have prestige, and and do you know how many of people with multiple degrees kill themselves? Do you know how many are depressed? Do you know how many have no friends? Do you know how many are lonely? Do you know how many don't have love? Do you know how many are miserable? These things don't make you happy, is what I'm trying to tell you. No one thing on this planet, on this earth, is going to make you happy. Go within yourself and find what works for you, what is good for you, what makes you happy. You know, I'm going to say this in my closing. I'm a person who takes life very, very seriously, way too seriously. And I am a person who, you know, I'm very serious. And, I was sitting, I was contemplating, I was thinking about my life, my present life at the moment. This was, I'm going to say some months ago because it hasn't even been a year yet. Um, and I'm just sitting, just thinking about all this and, evaluating my life, which is very good to do. I think everybody needs to sit and do that every few months, you know. Um, and, it just came to me. Stop being so serious. You know, it's all a game. So much of this is all a game that is being played. So many people's minds are being tricked. So many people's hearts and emotions and feelings and everything are being played with. And the ones who are doing it don't give a care at all. It's a game. So step back, realize what's important, see what's important, go the way of the things that is important to you, and do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. I mean, you have those who try to hold the key on happiness, and they try to hold the standard on happiness, and you can go here, but you can't go there, and you can only live this way, and you can't come over here with us, and whatever. Why? Why? Because you say so. You know, I am learning to not take things so literally, to not be so serious, to, even when I was a Christian, I was so hard on myself. I would pray and repent and cry and try and try and try and do things over and do this better. And I mean, I was so hard on myself. I was such a strict Christian on myself because it was real to me and I took it literally. And it meant something to me. And I truly believed in heaven. You know, I wasn't one of these Christians who, they just playing a game. They don't even believe what they hear, or they none of this is real to them. A lot of it is because, well, a lot of it is because they understand now. At that time, I didn't understand. Um, and then a lot of them see the game. You know, I didn't see the game for a long time because I guess I was in my own reality. But when I began to really see the truth that the pastor's cheating on his wife, and the pastor's son is gay, and the they holler and scream and jump and all of this kind of stuff, at church, and then out in the parking lot, um, gossiping and talking about sister so and so and sister so and so shoes, and this sister trying to sleep around with this sister husband, and it's just like, wow, man, for real. Once I began to see that, I was just like, wow, man. I mean, I'm so hard on myself, and y'all just sitting around here playing, you know. Um, it was crazy. It was really, really crazy to see that and to discover that, you know. But it's nothing wrong with trying to be honest. It's nothing wrong with trying to live right. It's nothing wrong with being true and honest to yourself. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about being true and honest to yourself. When you are true and honest to yourself, then you become your own religion. You become your own universe. You become your own creator. Um, it's about being true to self. It's about being um, honest with yourself and knowing what's good for you and what works for you. There are people who um, watch the news religiously, and everything the newscasters say, everything that they are told, they listen, they believe it, they go on it, you know, and then there are those who never watch the news. They might look at the weather, maybe. Both of these people are still in this realm, in this reality. They're still living, they're still breathing, they're still functioning, their lives are still going on. So one person doing one thing this way and another person not doing that same thing, we're going to all still be okay. Now, that's not to say that some things will not cause harm and death. There are. But when you're true to self, and when you're true to universal laws, and when you're good to nature, and when you're mindful, when you're mindful of other living things and other living beings around you, and when you know, even though it's a very simple little adage that is said, when you do unto others as you would have them do unto you, then, you know, you'll see how much better things are. You don't have to go with all of the BS. You don't have to live that way, you know, in the delusion and the false reality. You know what I'm saying? You're still gonna be okay. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna stop now. I don't want to, you know, keep going on. I hope that you get the understanding of what I was trying to convey. Um, if you didn't, I'm open for questions. You know. Um, Thank you guys so much for listening and subscribing. You absolutely do not have to, and I'm so grateful and so humbled that you take time to listen to me. Um, to the next video, thank you for listening, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for watching. And to the next video, we'll see you next time.